What's going on, you guys? TBR here, back yet again with another King of Fighters All-Star video. And in today's video, we have some very exciting news. Yes, we are going to be doing another quick news roundup video for all of you today, but this time around, we have some very exciting stuff. We do have confirmation officially from Netmarble on who the next EX banner is going to feature, and spoiler alert, you guys, it is going to be a character that is not only a waifu, but a waifu who has not been featured as a FES fighter in the King of Fighters All-Star previously. This should be very exciting news for a lot of you out there, but before we go ahead and get into all of that and more, make sure if you guys haven't already done so, you smash that like button and subscribe, and with all that out of the way, you guys know the drill. Cue that intro. Alright, you guys, as always, links will be in the description, so that way you guys can check this forum post out for yourselves after you watch the video. But with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the news, because we do now have confirmation on who the next EX character is going to be releasing on the 529 update on the EX Volume 2 banner, and we also are going to have an event tied to this as well, where 100 lucky participants can go ahead and land themselves a multi-summon for that banner. So we're going to talk about all that in this video, but real quick, I want to go over this event. So basically, this is going to be the Guess the New 15 fighter participating in KOF All-Star. And real quick, before we get to the image asset, I want to talk about this line right here, because I feel like this is important to note. So basically, this line here that leads off the post says, "To those who are curious about the new 15 fighter participating in KOF All-Star," this basically confirms to me, in my mind, the way it's worded here, that what we've assumed is correct in the fact that they are going to be using these EX banners as an excuse or a way to introduce KOF 15 characters going forward over the short term, potentially the long term, but we'll see. So basically, we had been assuming all of this based on the fact that Manager Kiki had told us that they were trying to nail down the assets and the ability to use the KOF 15 license with the KOF All-Star assets. So that is something that we had known that they were wanting to do for a while. This was confirmed to have happened with the KOF 15 introduction of Kyo for EX Volume 1, and now we have this line of text right here. This to me basically confirms that Netmarble's mind is firmly set upon releasing KOF 15 characters over the short term here with these EX banners. Like I said before, this was basically us operating under assumption, and this was guesswork on our part, and it does appear, at least in my mind, that this is probably going to be the case going forward. So, I just wanted to go ahead and point that out because I thought that was interesting. With that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the event and then the fighter. So, as you guys can see, this is basically going to run from 524 to 526. So this event schedule is pretty short, but it is a fairly easy one. All you got to do is guess correctly what the fighter is, which is pretty obvious at this point. But let's take a look at the image here. So this is going to be our Who's That Pokemon here with this for this banner. So basically, if you guys haven't already guessed, it's Angel. So this is something that's really cool. Basically, the fact that we are getting a FES EX version of Angel added into the game is going to be really cool for a lot of people out there. I know that there are a lot of Angel fans out there that have been waiting for her to get an EX, well, not just an EX, but just a FES version in general. So this is something that is quite surprising to me. I would not have guessed that she would have been one of the next characters to be added in. However, this should also satiate all of the people out there who worship all the waifu characters, and that's really all they care about. So this is going to make a lot of people happy, I get the feeling. But basically, if you take a look here, it's going to tell you they get 100 lucky contenders will be drawn among the participants with the correct answer, and a fighter summon times 10 ticket times 1 will be rewarded with the fighter behind the silhouette in the lineup. So basically, the way that this is worded, what this means is that if you guess the correct answer, which is, again, Angel, obviously, if you go ahead and type that down into this bar here and go ahead and submit it, 100 lucky people will get one multi for the EX Volume 2 banner. So there you go, guys. Angel is going to be the next EX fighter added in with the 529 update, right? So really, really cool stuff for a lot of people out there. Make sure that you guys go in and enter in Angel here and submit this here today. That way you don't have to worry about it. Again, I will have a link in the description, and who knows, maybe you'll get lucky. You'll be one of the 100 people that ends up getting this multi, and maybe you'll end up getting lucky and getting Angel off of it. So that'd be really cool, right? But in general, the next question that we have to ask, considering the fact that we have Angel here pretty much confirmed, who is going to be her banner mate? Well, I'm going to tell you guys right now, I don't think it's very difficult to figure out. I don't think that we're going to be seeing 2 EX fighters on this banner. I don't think that's something they're just going to all of a sudden start. So I think that what we're probably more apt to see is we're probably going to end up seeing a rerun character that ends up getting buffed and gets an EX version added into the game, just like what we saw with the first EX banner. And if I had to guess who that character ends up being, well, I think that SS Kula is going to be the banner mate. I think that this makes all the sense in the world, and this to me would actually be really, really awesome. If you guys remember back to when this character first released, I was a huge fan of this character in general. The reason why is because honestly, I thought that they put a lot of effort into this character. I thought this character's animations looked really, really solid. And as a chill-based fighter at the time, she was one of the few that we had that was actually very strong to have that type of dot. Now, of course, that has changed quite a bit over the course of the months since her release initially. However, this is a character that if she gets buffed and gets an EX version, I could definitely see, depending on what they do with her being very, very solid. And again, I am a huge fan of this character's design in this game. I really like her core finisher a lot, as well as her 3PG finisher. So if that is going to be the banner mate with Angel, I'm pretty happy with that. I think that's really cool. And it's kind of interesting that this would be the character that would get buffed before maybe say an SSK-Dash, who was her banner mate, because, well, yeah, he's definitely in a worse spot in my opinion. But in general, I think the Kula is probably going to be the banner mate. I think this makes the most sense. I know that some people out there are going to be holding out hope that somehow they're going to find a way to shoehorn Cronin into this. That isn't going to happen. I have a hard time believing that that would be the case. If they're going to do Cronin, I think that they're probably going to roll out the red carpet for him, especially considering the fact that they've had so many K49 posts on the forum over the years. I think they know that Cronin is a license to print money, and therefore he is guaranteed an EX at some point. I don't think that they would just all of a sudden release 2 new characters on the second volume of these banners, and they definitely wouldn't do it as having him be an SS or something like that. So I really do think that it is going to be SS Kula being run with Angel. However, you guys can let me know in the comments section down below what you think is going to happen. Again, we don't have very much longer to wait. We should know what's going on with this very, very soon. We should have our first look at her probably here in the next 48 hours, which will be really, really cool. And again, this is all in preparation for the 529 update. So Angel fans, rejoice. Your time has finally come. Good luck on the EX Volume 2 banner. I hope that you have rubies to pull for her. I know there's a lot of people out there that have been saving for her as well. So good luck to all of you. But let me know in the comment section down below what you think of all this. Who do you think her banner mate is going to be? Make sure you enter into this giveaway. And yeah, guys, exciting stuff. Anyway, that is going to do it for me. Like, share, and subscribe on your way out, and I'll talk to you all in the next one. Peace.
Our opinion